advertising money. Yeah.
Motion to approve?
Um, this, my only comment on this is that they need to change this is in 18.5, they're now saying that they have to have a sign on this, on the job site, but under our actual code, under signage, we actually determine what is, what signs are allowed. And so they need to add that language to the signage part of our chapter. So I'm in agreement with approving it. I'm just saying it needs to be added actually inside of our signage, part of our code, which is. Yeah. So chapter 12 defines signs. So, we have signs that are allowed and signs that are prohibited. So we have to, I just think that if we're adding a sign into the construction part of Sec Code 18, should also be added to chapter 12.
So I understand that the purpose of the sign is to have some rules about, have some text about, I don't know, because it's not in here though, right? Like the text that they're proposing of the sign.
It does say,
I listened to the discussion of the commission, so I know what the intent of the sign was. But I feel like if you're gonna put this, like, should have what the language is, what the sign needs to say.
Well, what is the intention? See what construction zones, yeah, what is?
They wanna have some information that says that like has the rules about parking so that the idea that the laborers that are working on the job site don't know what the rules are, and so that they can't have an excuse for not following them if there's a sign. Also that the neighbors know what the rules are. The neighbors can complain if they're not abiding by the rules.
Sign should be in Spanish.
well, actually, this is not
It says a sign must be placed.
signage required, which requires property owners to place specific signage on construction fencings, providing for the inclusion of the code. Okay, so I agree with you. Actually, it says the property owner shall attach signage provided by the village.
So there's
The temporary,
village has verbiage that they will give you, but why not just put the verbiage in here?
well, the thing is actually, it says that the village will provide the sign and you have to put it up and you have to pay for it. But I guess the village gets to determine what they want to put on the sign. I mean, they could just put a big happy face if they want,
Village is determining what this sign needs to say, just put what the verbiage is in this ordinance.
But the problem with doing that is that they can't change it. They can never change it. You're locked into it.
Sign needs to say, I mean, yes, I get that they'd have to amend this every time they want to change the sign language, but.
But at least they did. Yeah, gonna put Leone and you're gonna read these, you don't even know what.
Yeah, you're gonna say, well, what the hell am I putting a sign at? You're gonna show, actually,
Sign?
Anisha's me bother every week. Can I have the sign I'm supposed to put up? And she's gonna be like, yeah, there is no sign. Gotta make a sign that says this.
Well, no, I think the village is gonna, has to give them the sign.
I don't think the village is making the sign.
Well, if,
The village is dictating what the sign should say.
But it says here, the village would
provide this, provided by the village. Our attorney. Well, the thing, again, if we specify what's on the sign, then every time we have to change it, we have to have the new ordinance. But if we just say the sign to be determined by the village. But we can question, I mean, that's what we're here for. We can question and say, what is on the sign, or what should,
Say It's a lack of clarity as to whether the village is producing and maintaining.
what is the size, and what's the size of the sign? Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I believe that's what the intent is, to say, it's clearly saying no parking on the swale, no parking,
Yeah.
blah, blah, blah. But there's no signage, like, there's gotta be something that says what the size of this thing is gonna be. It could be like we have sign requirements in the other parts of the code.
I think specifics on signs, specifics on who is the village actually providing, or the village is providing what the sign shall say, but you're gonna get the sign, like, it's a little bit unclear.
Right, so what do we want to say back? Because we have the ability to not pass this. We could say, we're not passing this, or we're passing it with these questions.
Send it back to them, tell them it's unclear who's providing the signs, the physical signs.
I mean,
Unclear if there are any specifics on the sign, size, color, legibility, language, is it in English, is it in English, Spanish, and Creole?
and it could be that maybe it's there and and it's just not part of this document, but again, this is the actual ordinance, so this is a copy of the ordinance. Sorry.
I listened online and they were just discussing, I know it's about putting up the parking rules so that the workers know, so that the neighbors know, and they can complain if the workers aren't.
Like, there's a time, 8:30 to 5, or whatever it is, you can be there working, so. Okay, so you want to,
Burden the owner with this cost, like, they're doing a renovation of their house, you think this $20 sign or $10 sign is gonna make or break whether they.
And a lot of them are putting out signs anyways that are things that they aren't.
and they're not allowed, and that code enforcement should be taking care of those signs. So do we want to table this, or?
Say that we can't approve it in the current state, so they need to make some edits and clarify some. So a motion to send it back to,
Is that a motion to table then?
or deny it.
Well, I don't,
Didn't you just say we were on a clock around here, Gage?
yeah, well, this is an ordinance. This is not a building permit. This is an ordinance that they want it, I think,
Motion to table for further clarity.
thank you.
Motion to deny.
Ed.
We aren't allowed to table anymore.
Okay.
Clock starts as soon as we.
Well, this is building, okay. This is not building. So I have Ed. Do I have a second?
I made the motion. When do you have the second?
Second. I know, I changed it to deny so that way the tables or the clock
Oh.
doesn't start.
Well, I have a motion. It has to die first before your motion can be made. So
Oh, I see.
somebody seconds his motion dies, and then you can make your motion, and then somebody has to second your motion.
This is my first time here.
All right,
With the
second.
flowers.
Okay. Ed, David, all in favor, say aye. Aye. A motion to table is approved. Okay. For more information. All right, next is going to be 4B, ordinance 2024-XX, amend online publication. So this is the new law that I thought we approved the last time, but they amended it? Okay, so are they going to tell us what they amended? Okay. Okay. Ed, David, all in favor, say aye. Aye. This is basically just the way they publish notices. Oh, approved. Okay, so we probably be back at this meeting. So I have a motion at a 9:04 and a second. All in favor, say aye. Aye, we're adjourned.